Hi, Collective. Welcome back to Love, Light, and Life Affirmed, your daily affirmations for self love and growth. Hi, you guys. Welcome back into the channel. So, you guys, this is our unsent letters, our no contact message for the week. So, as usual, this is about a person from your past that you have not been in contact with for either a number of years, months, decades. You'll know your situation, but this is getting confirmation of the situation that you found yourself in with this particular individual and words unspoken. If you had a chance to come back in contact with this person today, what would that conversation be? What would be discussed? Would it come from a place of healing, a place of hurt, a place of love lost? Would there still be respect? Or would there still be anger and bitterness? So I'm going to pull some overall energy from the Answers Oracle just to see kind of the energy of the situation at the time. And then I'm going to clarify with a couple of different decks. And then, of course, with our unsent letters at the end. All right, let's tap in. Welcome back, all of my current followers and subscribers. Welcome back into the channel. Thank you guys so much for all your love and support. You guys are absolutely amazing and incredible, and I truly appreciate all the love and support that you guys show me. It is greatly appreciated from the bottom of my heart. Thank you guys to the moon and back. Welcome in any new and incoming followers and subscribers. Welcome into the channel. If you're watching me on YouTube, make sure when you hit that subscription bell, make sure to select the arrow and the drop down and make sure you select all, just so you don't miss any of the other messages that I do post that may be useful for you as well. All right, collective. So let's start with just getting some general energy about the situation with you and this person from the past, okay? The first one, there are other priorities. So, just to start out, this is somebody who had other priorities in life. This could be someone who actually was connected to another person that they had priorities with. This is a person who probably had kids or a person who had a job that kept them very preoccupied. So, they didn't have a lot of time for you. They didn't really put time and effort into the connection, into the relationship as you would have liked because they were preoccupied and these things seemed to be more important than you were at the time. I'm pretty sure at this point, the fact that you guys are in separation, this person probably feels a lot differently about those things they chose over you. But again, it was apparent that at the time, this person had a lot of other priorities that they were trying to keep in balance. And it almost seemed as if you were just too much to add onto the top of the pile, that the pile would have ended up crumbling if they would have tried to fit you in. So this person really didn't give to you in that way. So you lacked support, you lacked the emotional connection in the way that you truly desired. Okay. What was the overall energy between the collective and their past person? You don't love me. Yeah, exactly. Because there was a lack of connection, time spent, appreciation given, you felt like this person didn't give a damn about you. You felt like this person could care less about your emotions, could care less whether you got to spend time with them. They almost just spent time with you out of convenience. You guys probably saw each other on certain days of the week that fit into their schedule. They never accommodated you in your schedule, collective. So you definitely felt neglected throughout this relationship. I'm seeing some zodiac symbols, interestingly enough, on here. The ones that stuck out was Libra, Cancer, Gemini, Aries, Scorpio, Aquarius. So you guys could be these signs. The person could have been these signs or any of these signs placed in your charts. But yeah, you definitely felt neglected by this particular individual. They did not give to you emotionally. They didn't spend time with you. It's almost as if they were not willing to sacrifice for you in the way that they were willing to sacrifice for everybody else. You were the bottom of their priority list. So you felt like this person didn't love you. What else was the overall energy between the collective and this past person that they have been in no contact with? So you were divinely guided, yes, to walk away from this particular individual. Your spirit team basically saw the fact that you were completely unhappy, you were not treated well, you were not given to, and maybe at the time, collective, maybe you've done a lot of healing since that situation. So, you're probably sitting in your emperor or empress energy now, but maybe back then you didn't have the same level of confidence, or you were still working through maybe other trauma in your life. You needed some more healing. Maybe you were trying to regroup from another past situation that broke your heart. So you were feeling a little bit codependent on this individual. And your ancestors in the universe could feel this. They saw this. They saw that you were allowing this person to mistreat you because you almost truly depended on their energy to feel good about yourself at that particular time. But they told you it was time to walk away. You were definitely divinely guided to walk away from this particular individual at the time. What else? What else was the overall energy? You love me. This is what you felt at first. And when I see this, you don't love me, and then we see you love me, I feel like there was a lot of mixed signals in this connection as well. That's what I'm getting from this. This person had a million priorities stacked on top of each other that they were trying to balance. And unfortunately, if they would have added you on the tip top of this mountain of priorities, it would have crumbled for them. But they didn't communicate that with you. They didn't let you know this, collective. They did not communicate well with you. So you were left in the dark. You didn't know what was going on in this person's life again, unless you were actually hanging out. But even when you were hanging out with this person, there was a lot of confusion. It was always on their terms. There was never any type of true conversation. So again, there was a lot of neglect. It was like having fun in the moment, but not for a long time. I'm here for a good time, not a long time type of energy with this particular individual. So again, there were moments where you felt like they loved you, and then a lot of the times where you felt like they didn't. And because of that confusion, like I said, you were guided by the universe to walk away from this particular individual. Okay. Well, let's see. What was the messy truth in this situation with the collective and this person? What else went on between the collective and this other individual? Let's clarify here. You never showed up. Exactly. Confirmation when we talk about other priorities. Like I said, this person never showed up for you because this person had so many other priorities in their life that they felt were more important than you. They were not willing to put you in front of anything else, people, places, or things. You were there out of convenience, or at least that's how you felt, because there was no communication about anything that the person you were connected to had going on in the background. They were very secretive. You had no idea what type of life they lived outside of the times you guys hung out with each other. Yeah, this says you never showed up, absent effort, emotionally unavailable, done trying. Because this person was so emotionally unavailable, again, that's where this you don't love me energy came into place. There was definitely not enough effort, not an equal give and take in effort, because collective, you were willing to put in the effort and time because you truly felt connected to this person. And it was probably most likely at that time some type of trauma bonding, again, because you were probably going through something already within your life at the time. So you started to be codependent on this person in your own way, but it really just never was an equal give and take between the two of you, not in communication, not in time spent, not in being each other's priorities. So again, there was a level of neglect that you always felt here. Yeah, there's a lot of sadness on this person's face. You felt a lot of sorrow. There were a lot of nights that you probably stayed up thinking about this person, wondering what they were doing, wanting to send them a text message, wanting to reach out, but fearing the rejection of trying to communicate. Because again, their behavior was so hot and cold, you never knew what you were going to get from this person, what type of communication they were going to, send back to you, whether it was going to be joyful or whether it was going to be hurtful. They definitely made you feel like you were not that important unless you were with each other. Stalking their socials, watching, lurking, secretly obsessed. Yeah, this is somebody who you were probably trying to figure out any type of way what was going on with them, because again, there was such a lack of communication from this person. You never knew what to think. It's almost like this person had a secret life because you just couldn't figure out how was it possible that you probably had known this person for so long but didn't really know them at all. Yeah, at some point, either you deleted them from your social or they deleted you, collective. They cut you off, digital closure, cold exit. It was like they just, again, either you chose to, again, with the universe's guidance, just cut this person off and you got done with it, or this person cut you off. And there was already a lack of communication. So this was definitely a cold way to be cut off. Yeah. You started to feel gaslit, manipulated, doubting yourself, twisted truth. Yeah, this person gave you probably, you know, half truths, half lies, kept information omitted, and figured, well, they weren't lying to you if you didn't know about it or if they didn't tell you. I never said that. It's all in your head. You started to question your own sanity. You started to question why you felt so connected and drawn to this particular individual that was not willing to give to you in any type of equal way. And it bothered you. It kept you up a lot of nights. It kept you stuck in your head. It kept you feeling bad about yourself. But you were super connected to this person. You longed for them. You craved them emotionally. It was like an addiction, emotional addiction again. And I think you were at the time going through some type of previous heartbreak. So this person and the times that you guys were together made you feel good about yourself in those moments. But again, that was another level of manipulation that you started to figure out. They only made you feel good about yourself in the moments when you guys were together because they wanted to obtain the energy from you that they needed from you at the time. They did whatever they needed to do to get what they needed from you. So, of course, they had to make you feel good about yourself, right? But it was so many highs and lows that it got exhausting. Yeah. The tea got cold. No more drama over it. Past expired. Yeah. Like I said, with the universe's guidance, you walked away. You got tired of it. You got tired of not truly understanding, not knowing, having to second guess yourself, second guess them. You were tired of being trapped in your head, staying up at night, wondering what they were doing, what they were not doing. And you felt tied to this person. You felt like it was so hard to detach. but you knew that it was something that you needed to do in order to regain your mental stability, in order to regain your own power. And this person wasn't concerned because this person felt like you always came back to them. You probably gave this person so many chances, chance after chance after chance. They would break your heart, and then the next moment make you feel so happy that you would forget about the heartbreak. And then time would go, and then they would break your heart again. It was like this non ending pattern, never ending pattern of manipulation and control over your mind and over your emotions. Yeah. They gave you false hope. They left doors open, but then sometimes they would slam them in your face. It was a familiar pain that you got used to, and you started to just allow it. Anything to just be in this person's space, anything to just see this person's space. It felt like it would never really be over. This person felt like you would never walk away from them. It felt like a true toxic soul tie with this particular person, and you just couldn't understand why, collective. Yeah, because they only hung out, like I said, when it was convenient. Used for attention, emotional utility, there was no depth to the connection, not even a little bit. But this person was such a master manipulator emotionally. They've probably been doing this for so many years that it was nothing to them. They felt nothing. They could fake emotions like no other. And the Oscar goes to, because this person had so many masks that they probably didn't even know who they were. As long as they received what they need, they didn't care about how anybody else felt about it. And you eventually realized you deserve better. You finally figured out your own self worth, collective. You finally had that realization, that empowerment moment like, what am I doing here? Why am I allowing this to keep happening to me? Yeah, bottom of the deck. One day you just woke up different. You shifted energy. You were done tolerating the BS. You gained this silent strength. And I feel like you were being supported by the universe, by your ancestors, by your spirit team, by God, because there was so much heartbreak and pain in your heart and soul. You were so exhausted. You were mentally trapped in this cycle that you were so desperate to get out of. And you finally did. And good for you. Because this person apparently did not deserve you. They did not appreciate you. They did not see you for anything of value except for what they could gain from you. So, what's the unspoken truth? What was never said between the two of you, or what was never said by this person towards you? Hearing your name still makes my heart race. Yeah, this person still thinks about you. Now that you guys have been apart, they have finally realized the value that you held, how important your energy was to them, how their life seemed to glow differently, to be prosperous, to be exciting, to be full of joy when they had you around. But it took you to walk away and figure out that you deserve better, that you had to start loving you first. Male or female, you had to stop allowing this person to use you for what they wanted to get from you, but never give back to you, never appreciate you. And because you took that power back, now just the sound of your name makes their heart race. They wonder if they're going to run into you one day randomly on the street or at the grocery store or at a social event. They go driving and they hope to see you driving by on the street because they realize that you are completely done. Yeah, what you're searching for may not be what you truly want. Yeah. You realize that you trying to look for this person, you trying to figure out who this person was no benefit to you. It was not what you truly needed. Even though this person for a long time made you feel like you could not be without them. And they gained a level of ego and arrogance and felt like you would never walk away from them, collective. This is why they treated you in the ways that they did. This is why they did not appreciate you. This is why they did not make you a priority. And you were never going to be a priority on the top of their list. You were never going to be made priority, collective. So you had no choice, and this is why you are supported. You were supported. You found now a level of peace. And now this person, again, they walk around on the street during the day, contemplating, thinking about you. They see people on the street that walk by that sort of look like you, and they reminisce. I want you to be happy, even if it's not with me. Maybe this person has gained a level of respect for you, and they know that they were not good to you. They are finally starting to realize in this moment, after all this time, how bad they actually truly treated you. But again, this person has been waiting for you to come back to them because this person had a level of arrogance where they felt you would never be able to really truly walk away from them, collective. So they are truly shocked right now, trying to gain their bearings and understand how is it possible that after all those years of having you trapped in your head and chasing after them, you could just literally walk away and never come back. Yeah, like I said, confirmation. They thought they had more time to play games with your mind. And this is exactly how they sit at their table in the morning with their coffee or with their tea. And they just sit and they just can't believe that you are truly done, that you have truly not ever come back to them, try to reconnect with them in any type of way. Completely shocked that you regained your power, the power that they held over you for so long, that they were in control over. No longer able to manipulate you, control your emotions, have you trapped in your head, crying all night long into a stuffy nose, baggy eyes in the morning, unmotivated. This is the level that they had you, and this is now what they are dealing with without you, collective. Yeah, confirmation. You are the one regret I can't let go of. Like I said, this person is thinking about you and missing you all the time. Because again, only now in this moment, after all this time, do they now realize what they truly lost, being messy, being manipulative, being not a friend, backstabbing you, treating you like the seventh cup, there whenever they decided they wanted to overindulge, but never refilling your cup, leaving your cups dry. You were pouring all your energy and love and effort into their cups for them to gulp it down and never to pour back into yours. So you were thirsty all the time. And this is all this person probably can think about at this time is all the ways they treated you wrong, they never gave to you. If love had a weight, will you still carry it? Yeah, this is a weight that you no longer carry, but now they carry. You are now as light as a feather, collective, while their burden is heavy. The thought of you is such a heavy burden, and now you are at peace and you feel as light as a feather. And now all this person can think about is how life isn't a test. There are no right answers, but they never painted that canvas. They never gave the connection a chance because they have so many other things going on. They were so far in their ego and had so much pride and thought they were the man or the woman and they could have whoever and whatever they wanted and whenever they wanted. They did not see that you were truly the prize, that you were the color in their life. You were the sunshine every single day, that made them feel motivated to get up and do it all again every day. They could not see that. They started to feel like it was just coming from them. Silly egos. I bet they understand now. You were my home. Now you're just a place I can't return to. Exactly. You were home. You were safety. And they did not appreciate that safety when they had you, collective. So they lost you. So if this person was to run into you, or you to see this person, let's see what they would say. What are those words that they never got to say that they would truly want to say to you? Again, would this person be full of ego still? Would this person have learned their lesson by now and actually see you for who you are? Well, let's find out, collective. Let's find out. What are these unspoken messages? I wish I had another chance. So many different chances, and I've botched them all. Exactly. Like I told you, confirmation, you gave this person so many chances. This is why they never thought you would walk away, collective. Why would they think that? You allowed them to treat you like the dirt on the bottom of their shoe because you cared about this person so deeply. You were not ready to let go because you needed them in your own way. And they knew that, and they took that and they ran with it. They took you for granted. They used you because they realized how much you wanted to be with them, how much you cared for them. You never let me be free, will you? I've always loved you. Yeah, this person loved you, collective. They loved you for what you could give to them. But I feel like now in this moment, after all this time being away from you, this person is now in love with you because they realize what they had when they were with you. But now, unfortunately, that love is falling on deaf ears because you could care less because you have now healed. But now they sit and contemplate on all the love that you gave them unconditionally, freely, how much you had their back, and how they can't find that from anyone in their life at this time. And all they wish they could do is pick up the phone and tell you that they now see you. But you feel like things are better unsaid. We are a love story never written. Maybe in another life, I would be yours. You feel like everybody's moved on. You've moved on. It was never a love story that got off the ground because this person never saw it there right in their face for all that time. How beautiful the connection truly was. A story never told. Morality in you. You make morality look beautiful. I find myself wishing I was someone else only to grow old with you. You're a flash of life in the dead zone of my timeline. Like I said, they think about you a lot, especially at night with this moon energy. They think about you, they stare outside, they look at the stars, they look at the moon, and it reminds them of you. And again, it makes them wish that they knew better, they chose better, they wish they had different eyes to truly see what was right in front of them, but they were too blinded by their ego, by their pride, by their lust, by their need for attention from everyone else, that the true treasure they let slip through their fingers. They threw it in the trash, in the dumpster, and allowed it to be taken away and never looked back because they thought they had better. They thought the grass was greener on the other side, but unfortunately, it was fake grass, turf, straw, spray painted green. It was never going to be nourishing in the way that they needed, but it took them too long to figure that out. I don't know how to not dream of you. So many things remind me of you. Like I said, they see you in everything, in everyone, in the music that they listen to. You guys probably connected through music. And now those songs that they remember listening to with you make them realize that you were the masterpiece collective. You were the best thing in their life, again, that they threw away like a rag doll that they no longer valued. And so much regret, so much regret. They were very evasive with you. Again, you were never a priority in this person's life at the time because they did not see you as valuable. They based their value on material things, on monetary gains, and this is what they spent their time chasing, along with the attention of so many other people who now are no longer in their life at this time, who are no longer giving to them, who never gave to them in the way that you gave to them, but with your energy, they felt alive. So they felt that they were getting what they needed from everyone else, but it was only truly coming from you, collective. And now they wish they had a quarter to put in this payphone and to dial your number. But I'm pretty sure that that number that you used to have is no longer in service to them. I wish I could share my life with you again, Miss Perfect Mirror Acceptance. With this flipping out in the reverse collected, this tells me that you do not have that wish. You would not be willing to take that risk of repeating that cycle, that same story with someone who seemed so lost to love, who was emotionally unavailable, egotistical, charismatic to everyone except you, because you've healed and moved on and realized your own worth and value. I wish I was good enough. Fears, insecurities, expectations, and disappointment was all this person gave you, because obviously they didn't feel worthy. They didn't tell you that. Their ego never allowed them to tell you that you were precious to them or they were not good enough for you. But this is how they truly felt deep down. So they acted outwardly as if they were the man, the woman, to keep their level of insecurity under wraps, hidden. But it was plain to see to everybody that knew them that their mask was not on as tight as they thought. My broken spirit and the mask I hide behind confirmation, my carefully crafted vision of self, the beast that lived inside me. There's a monster in me, or maybe it's that I am the monster. This is what they realized in the time they've been apart from you. They realized this is who they were to you. They were the monster. They ran you off, scared you to the point where you no longer trust them or want to be in their energy, because who are they really would be the question. So they have now realized they've lost you. You were and still are everything to them, but unfortunately, sometimes in life, there are no second chances. All right, collective, that is what I have for you. If this message resonated, please let me know. Hit that like button, comment, share, subscribe, and follow me. But until next time, you guys, bye.